Good evening, friends. Welcome to this session. There's a lot of news that we would like to share with you. Good evening to all of you. That includes Leena, Ree, and Pursag, and Sunita. Welcome to all of you. And thank you for joining us and always supporting us. So, we'll start with the first piece of news, and we're talking about Aishwarya and Abhishek. Welcome, Gloria, and welcome, Fennel, as well. Always nice to see you. Yeah. So now, apparently, Abhishek has finally addressed the ongoing buzz and speculation around his personal life, with regards to the rumors claiming that he and his actress wife, Aishwarya, are getting divorced. Now, in a recent interview with Instant Bollywood, he opened up about the speculations and shared that I go back home to a happy family. He further mentioned that his wife does not let the outside noise affect the family and added, one thing is for sure. First, my mother, Jaya Bachchan, and now my wife, Aishwarya. They don't allow that outside world to come in here. I've grown up in this film industry, so I also know what to take seriously and what not to take seriously. I don't get affected by what's happening on social media, he said. And as you remember, he had tied the knot in 2007, and they have a daughter called Aradhya. But rumors have been, sort of going viral that the couple are getting divorced, and they were seen separately at the Ambani wedding and at the daughter's birthday bash as well. Now, even at the Cannes Film Festival, Abhishek was not cheering for Aishwarya. Now, previously, Amitabh Bachchan had also shared a post addressing speculation surrounding his family affairs. I rarely say much about the family because that is my domain and its privacy is maintained by me. Speculations are speculations, they are speculated untruths without verifications. Verifications are sought by the seekers to authenticate their business and commercials of the profession they are in. I shall not challenge their desire to be in the profession of their choice, and I shall appreciate their effort in serving society. But untruths or selected question mark information can be legal safeguard for them that inform. But the seed of suspected belief is sown with this most unused emblem, the question mark, he had said. So now, friends, we all know that whatever these people say, uh, is sort of crap, because Aishwarya and her mother-in-law both are known for their highly strung confrontations, with the paparazzi, complete with their signature attitude. It has been documented over so many, events. And any story they try to concoct now, I'm talking about Abhishek, is highly unbelievable because you remember now he says that we don't allow the outside world to come in, and neither do my mother and my wife. But the truth is that every time he used to attack social media, and he used to, whenever he saw paparazzi or any journalist, he would be very angry. So he was so affected by the kind of image that he saw on social media, and nobody can blame the media or the paparazzi because his only claim to fame is that he's the son of Amitabh Bachchan. Otherwise, his attitude is something that nobody is going to tolerate. And it's only now that because he has a few, movies in his hand, that he's trying to act humble and take pictures with, some of the fans. But otherwise, this man was even more haughty than Salman Khan. So Leena says, why did he marry her if he did not want to live with her? He's stuck to his parents. Welcome, Shweta, and welcome, Dhanishri. Always nice to see you. And the thing is that you can make out. Everybody knows that their marriage is just like a Bollywood script, because nothing seems to be true. They say they are hunky dory, but you know that the vibrations are totally negative. Whenever they are on stage or whenever they are at an event, husband and wife don't see eye to eye, and both move in different directions anyway. So it's people can hardly believe what the Bachchans are saying or what Thali Wali Mami also says. Now, Abhishek, is also a person who never, had that talent which Amitabh Bachchan has, or perhaps even Jaya Badri had in her younger days. And Aishwarya, of course, she never learned the ABC of acting. Now, moving on to the next piece of news. So let's go on to Uh, Apparently now, uh, this Amal Malik, who's composed music for films like Jai Ho, Bhool Bhulaiya 3, Kabir Singh, and more, in a chat with the media, shared his thoughts about the dark side of Bollywood. He claimed after the death of Sushant Singh Rajput, Bollywood is trying to demoralize Kartik Aryan. Now, talking about the darker side, he said, today the shine of Bollywood is missing somewhere. The public has understood the reality of what this place truly is. Even from an emotional point of view, there's disconnection now. People feel distanced from their stars, wondering what kind of world they live in. The industry has such a dark side that it has cost people their lives. Now, Sushant Singh Rajput couldn't handle it. Whatever happened to him, some call it murder, others call it suicide, but the fact remains that a life was lost. This industry did something, whether to his mind, his soul, or people around him, demoralized him. He explained how this led to a deep disconnect between the audience and the industry. He recalled how even his non filmy friends began referring to Bollywood as a toxic place. He further remarked that the industry deserved the downfall it faced following Sushant's death. And today, you can see that people are trying the same things, directly or indirectly, with Kartik Aryan as well. He too has come out of similar problems, dancing his way through them, but he has the support and guidance of his parents. He's also a newcomer who came in, did his part. Now, 100 people are waiting to remove him, playing power games. Big producers, big actors, all of them do it. The industry, which once looked so glamorous to people, the aura of Rajesh Khanna, Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, people have stopped believing in the magic of cinema. After SSR, people started thinking that these are all awful people. He went on to say that unless people now see a star kid in a strong narrative or a relatable story, they are unwilling to watch the film. He also praised the conviction of South Indian cinema and suggested that Bollywood can only bounce back by either creating something as visionary as Christopher Nolan's Inception, delivering light-hearted comedies, or crafting soulful romances like Ashiki. According to him, those are the only ways Hindi cinema can reconnect with its audience. Now, I found it very strange, friends, that a lot of people are now trying to compare this actor with having the same fate as Karthik, as having the same fate as SSR. I do find it rather strange because I do not trust Karthik as well, because he is a part of the cabal as well. And now that his career is sagging, he would have jumped onto SSR's fame, because if you look at it, it's very sad, and it's also very impressive that SSR has not gone off people's minds despite the fact that it's 5 years. None of the public have forgotten him. And this is something that Bollywood just can't understand. They say Bollywood is dead, Bollywood is dead. Bollywood is dead because of SSR. Bollywood is dead because of Disha Salian and Jia Khan, because of so many things that have been happening in Bollywood. So it's just not possible to even think, that there is any form of sanity in that industry. And Dhanashree says, I don't know why I find Karthik's personality like Gami Kumar. So yes, he's a person I really do not trust. But there is a sort of a concerted effort to make this man, like Sushant Singh Rajput. So I don't know whether they're making him a guinea pig. That could also be one of the ways that Bollywood works, because people drop like flies, and it had happened to Shefali. It happened to so many people. So, maybe they are preparing another drama. I don't know how rich he is. So we do not know what is the next step they're going to take. Now, moving on to the next piece of news, we're talking about Anushka Sharma, married to Virat Kohli. Now, she has come out with a very strange theory. Now, her theory. Now, I think when idle minds always make the most sound. So this is now coming from her. She believes that fame and money cannot make a person happy, as desire is the cause of all suffering. Now, she said Jim Carrey said a nice thing. I might not quote him correctly. She does not even take the trouble to quote him properly. Can you imagine? You have to only Google to get that quote, but she doesn't even do that. So what she says is, but he said that I want everyone in the world to experience fame and money, to know that it's not what life is about. So I'm a very true believer of that. She added, I can tell you 100% that life is not about that. I know a lot of people might read this and comment, बड़ा रही है तो बोल रही है. Fair enough, you're right. है तो बोल रही है. जब तक you don't stand in those shoes, you will not be able to tell. I've stood in both, so I can say that it is not what life is about. She said, desires are actually what makes you miserable in life, so that's what I try to cut out from my life. I feel like I'm just at that time, I didn't know that because I was much younger. Now I know it, so I'm much happier. Now, this is very strange because, she is there at all the top luxury events, including IPL, and she says that I've discarded all all her desires and her need for, luxury. Now, one person wrote in answer, fame part, I agree, but money, 75% of my problems will be solved with money. The rest can be solved with money with a proper shrink. He added, if I don't have to worry about how I'm going to pay the EMIs, family debt, take care of my family and myself, I'm sure half of my mental health and physical health issues will be solved here. So it's very funny that when you are in a position like Anushka, when they go in private jets and they fly around and drink champagne and sit in a particular luxury cubicle in the IPL, and she says that, see, I have discarded many of my desires. We feel like it's Thali Wali Mami speaking. So it's rather strange. Ma'am, I feel Bollywood is a doomed chapter now, says Sunita. No film made it big, yes, after SSR. And Shweta says, Sushant was such a noble soul. He will never be forgotten. Absolutely. And Bilban says, good thing that more and more is being exposed. High time, we are nearly 20 to 30 years late and have been blinded for too long, says Milburn. And Lena says Anushka did not want to pay income tax on her advertisements till she lost the case in Supreme Court. You can make out from her character that she's a very, very greedy, avaricious person, Lena. Anushka is worse than Thaliwali Mami. I don't know why she's having that attitude too. She can't act for nuts, says Dhanashri. Minaji will never forget fighting for our beloved, a good human being until justice is done, says Prasad. Yes, absolutely. So now moving on to Fennel says, Meenaji, why does people start commenting about excessive desires and no peace only after achieving all that type of money and fame? Earlier, they were the only ones competing along with others. See, it's just like, that moment of fame. For that small moment of fame, this lady will do anything. And you can make out from Virat Kohli's body language, when he comes out to the airport after the IPL, after winning the IPL, which also I strongly believe is fixed. When he came out of the airport with her, you can make out from his body language that he can't even stand his own wife. So you can make out that there's no rapport between the couple as well. So this is Bollywood, marriages for you. I was just talking about Abhishek and Aishwarya. Now we come to this couple who's as artificial as them. Fennel says so strange. Yes, absolutely. Now moving on to to the person that everybody loves to hate, and also so many FIRs are put against her. We're talking about Ekta Kapoor, and nothing happens because she is strangely protected. It's like a cloud protects her. So we're talking about Ekta Kapoor. Now moving on to her. So let's just go to her. Now, a Mumbai court on Friday. So let me just go on to. Yeah. A Mumbai court on Friday issued a show cause notice to city police for not submitting an inquiry report in a criminal complaint filed against film and television producer Ekta Kapoor for allegedly disrespecting Indian soldiers in one of her web series. The probe report was to be submitted by May 9th, a deadline missed by the police. The magistrates court in Bandra had in February directed the Khar police to conduct an inquiry into the complaint against Kapoor and others under section 202 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Under this section, a magistrate can carry out an inquiry into a criminal complaint or direct the police to do so. The magistrates court had called for a report from the police by May 9th. The show cause notice was issued as the police haven't submitted the report yet. The complaint was filed by YouTuber Vikas Pathak, also known as Hindustani Bhau. Besides, Pathak named her OTT platform Alt Balaji and her parents Shobha and Jitendra in the complaint. As per the complaint filed through the advocate Ali Kashif Khan Deshmukh, a web series on Alt Balaji showed a military officer engaging in an illicit sexual act in one of its episodes. Now, Pathak came across the episode in May 2020. The complaint said the accused have stooped to a cheap, low, and shamelessly targeted the dignity and pride of our country by depicting Indian Army military uniform in the illicit sexual act with a national emblem on it, the complaint said. So, strange thing is, after this, of course, she and Jitendra were seen at also the Prime Minister's house, because they came out with this Godra movie, and suddenly she was all okay. So there she is. This woman certainly seems to be blessed by certain people, and that's why even after the complaint on 2020, nothing has happened to her. And this is like 2020 means now it's 5 years. Same thing. Nothing. Nobody can touch this woman. And now all the news about she and also we are talking about Golgappa Madam is going on because of the serial is going to come out, and that's going to, they think make a lot more money. So Ekta is the godmother of the film and TV industry, says Fennel. And also remember, they sold a lot of their property. I don't know from where they get so much property. I watched one video where one of the security guards wanted to take a selfie with Virat. He was too much. Why these people are idolized, says Dhanashri. Leena says, why is court wasting time on Bollywood? There will be no outcome after the probe. People should boycott her. Ekta looks like a walking ghost, says Savitri. How come these web series are getting approval? Strangely, friends, you must remember, she and her mother got out of Alt Balaji, and handed it to someone else, which means, they anticipated some problem, legal problem, and they got out of it. Now, I don't know who's handling Alt Balaji. I'm sure they're doing it from the shadows. So that's how they work. Now, moving on to this girl, Shefali. You will notice, friends, that earlier she was very ordinary looking when she did the Kanta Lage song. And then after that, you'll see that she's become really beautiful. Now, those rumors have been that she's been taking these lots of things to pills and whatnot to, make her look younger. And certainly she does look very pretty in this image. But it's said that she took all these anti-aging things. But why I'm not surprised is that everybody does it in Bollywood. Because recently Pehlaj, one of the producers and directors said that these Nepo kids are so strange. They want drugs at night. And so it's very strange that these people are talking about this particular actress when all of them are indulging in it to look young. And everybody knows that adrenochrome is a very popular, sort of ingredient in their lives, So, let me just jog you back onto this woman, Shefali. On June 27th, Shefali Jariwala, the face that made an entire generation sort of dance to her tune, she died at the age of 42 following a suspected cardiac arrest, and she was declared dead upon arrival at the hospital. Her sudden demise sent a wave of shock across the entertainment industry and beyond. But those who knew her, worked with her, loved her, remember her, not just as the Kanta Laga girl, but as someone who was full of life, dreams, and substance. We found our doll on a scooter ride, says filmmaker Vinay Sapru, who discovered Shefali and who made the remix video with Radhika Rao. So he said, we discovered her when she was just 19. It wasn't a structured casting process. It was destiny, he told media. We were driving on Linking Road when a scooter came up next to us. A mother was riding and a young girl was hugging her from behind. Radhika and I looked at each other and said, that's our girl. When they stopped her at a signal and handed her that card, Shefali revealed she was an engineering student with no experience in front of the camera. Now, Vinay reflected on the shoot schedule, which spanned just 3 tight days. We'd pack up at 2 a.m. and be back at 7 a.m. But Shefali never missed a beat. She knew the entire song revolved around her. She gave it everything she had. What started with a spontaneous scooter sighting turned into one of India's pop culture's most iconic music videos, he said. Within 3 months, she became the nation's crush, he said. 20 years, people still refer to her as a Kantalaga girl. She wanted that. She once told me, I wanted to be remembered that way forever. And she will be. She came with cakes and dreams just 20 days ago. Now, friends, the strange thing is that one of the viewers has written that apparently there was a puja at. Now, please listen to this carefully. There was a puja at Shefali's house, therefore, she was fasting. For puja, no prasad was prepared or fresh non-veg food as prasad. Who will, eat food from a refrigerator on an auspicious day? Being from a medical background, the person who is writing, who administers the drip, that too on a fasting day? These people are just too artificial. I wonder why they don't go for facial replacements if they don't like their features, is what one of the viewers has written. So you see, it's very strange, isn't it? There was no prasad. Suddenly they came out with a story that it was she was fasting because she was doing puja, and that that's why she was starving, and that's when she took the medicine and or the injection, anti-aging injection, and that's how she got a cardiac arrest. Now, before this, as I mentioned, this man was at the gym busy taking photos. Not that he is the most handsome fellow in town, and perhaps to show his presence that he was at the gym when this tragic event happened. And the first thing that they reported was she was taken to Cooper Hospital. Now, why did this man take her to the Cooper Hospital? Of course, then they concocted another story and they said they took her to another hospital. Now, one thing I find rather strange is that this girl doesn't seem very hunky-dory with this man. It's only in photo shoots you see her like that. But whenever you see a video, she's always interacting with him as if he's a stranger. And he's busy, adjusting her sari and all that. So why do I see something very common that you see in Bollywood, especially with couples who are not at all in love? You look at Alia Bhatt and Ranbir, they're not in love at all. You can make out they don't care for each other at all. And Alia, but whenever you see them together, she walks snootily in front, and if Neetu Singh is behind, she'll give her a kick also. That's how fond of her, Alia is. And then you look at Kiara and her husband. I mean, they're also not the lovey-dovey ones. So you know that in Bollywood, these people are just acting. And as someone mentioned earlier, one of the viewers said that all the wealth has gone to him, his sister, and even the bungalow has gone to him. So now, which means that why did she write all her wealth to these people? She had her father and she had relatives. So how come she did not give it to them? Now the question is that was this man very greedy? Okay. And then you see that after she died also, he was taking the dog for a walk and all that in the videos. So how attached was he to her? So this is another very, very strange case where I'm sure there is a lot of foul play. And now they have become so used to it that they'll just say that, yeah, the doctor said like this, because anyway, the courts do not help us in any way. And Dhanashree says, I found Shefali's husband was under fear. Probably they are all controlled, is what I think. And welcome, Renalini. I don't know why these anti-aging treatments and Botox should be scrutinized. And Milburn says they're heavily into adrenochrome. You're right. And welcome, Renalini. Always nice to see you. And Divya says, it's purported her heart stopped due to cocaine overdose. Her husband is a drug supplier in Versova. Now, since we can only say that we do not have facts supporting this, Divya, so we can only say that allegedly, okay? So we really don't know whether he was a drug supplier, but there's certainly seriously some foul play, and something has happened because this girl can't die at such a young age, and she had everything with her. What was she stressed out about? So after that, half a dozen doctors will come, on every show, NDTV, Times Now, everything, and they'll say that, young people are dying because of cardiac arrest. And it's time you guys got became de-stressed and did meditation and whatnot if you really want to survive. So you have so many Gyani doctors coming in, and these are all modus operandi of the PR and the paid media. Please understand that they will not tell you the truth. And then, of course, a clown like the actor, who now I forget his name. Now he also said that why are you guys looking at the funeral, and scrutinizing it? It's a sad moment. Leave them alone. Are that is why we are suspicious. Why you all are so quiet? This happened in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. It happened in the Jia Khan case. It happened in the Disha Salian case. It happened in all the deaths, including Siddharth Shukla. Nobody came. Everybody had to put their phones away. Why you guys are so scared? Let the truth come out. If he was killed, he was killed. Let it come out. Who are you protecting? Welcome, Divya. Madam, the irony is they undergo so many surgeries and keep advising to be happy in our own skin. How artificial. Yes. Like if you look at Priyanka Chopra, when she got her Miss World, and you look at her now, you wonder, oh God, these are two different people. It's very strange for any daughter-in-law to transfer a flat of property in her in-law's name. Yes, I found that rather strange. And Neetu was extremely fond of Alia. What happened all of a sudden? Now she's being pushed around. I don't know whether the mother-in-law is pushing her or the daughter-in-law is pushing her, but they seem to be at loggerheads. Now, Dhanashri says even Deepika and Ranveer seem, yes, absolutely. In fact, I feel that she hates it. At such a young age, who gives all their wealth while working on a career? Now, Savitri says, anyway, even if there is nothing is going to happen. Yeah, that is how, the ethos is there. One should age gracefully. Aging is a natural process. Without beauty treatments, there are many beautiful people out there. If you look at the older actresses, if you look at Mala Sena, Asha Parekh and Nutan and all of them, they were so graceful. Why did she cut her parents out of everything? And her father is so close to her. She said that, she dotes on her father. So it's very strange, isn't it? All Bollywood are super rich, but super se upar stressed, and we public are only depressed, not them. Jia and Disha, who was normal, are depressed, not so-called star kids. In fact, Janvi is acting in her next film. I don't know. She's been doing a dozen films, and none of them have had any impact on the audience. That's how great they are at acting. Your views on yesterday's court case regarding 15 crore property. Now, what do you want me to say? What the government has to do, they will do. And anyway, this guy, I would say he doesn't deserve it at all. I never ever saw Ranveer and Deepika bonding with the couple seems to be highly suspicious, is what Dhanashri says. And Sunita says, ma'am, the latest research is that people who show off too much on social media, but they are empty inside. Absolutely. Welcome, Divya. Always nice to see you. And with this, we end this session. We'll see you tomorrow with a lot more news. Good night. Jai Hind.